about to buy Magnolia Parks. I'm so excited. Okay, we're gonna place the order. Now we wait. So the books are here. We have the books. Tell me why on Amazon I went to purchase the books. The first book, Magnolia Parks, wasn't gonna come until next week, but then the other 3 books were gonna come the next day. Thankfully, today the first book, Magnolia Parks, came in, so we're good to go because I was getting nervous. Also, I just bought a book cart and I built it all by myself, and I'm super excited to use it and to add books to it. So this is the first package. I believe this one is Magnolia Parks. Oh my god. Oh, the back is fun. I'm not a big fan of the fonts. Okay, so we have Magnolia, and then these have the other books. Oh my god, y'all, they're so pretty. Okay, I think this is the next one, Daisy Hates. Yes, this is the second book. Wait a minute. Are there footnotes in this? Y'all see that? Okay. And then there's Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home. These are so freaking pretty. These books are getting thicker as we go. This is The Great Undoing, Daisy Hates. These are the books. This is them. Oh my god, these look so pretty. I'm currently reading another book right now, so I will start on this when I finish reading the book I'm reading. I should put them on my new book cart.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder.
Update. I am halfway through Magnolia Parks. I think I have a little bit under 200 pages left before I finish the book, and it has been a very interesting journey thus far. So we've met our main couple, BJ and Magnolia, or I guess our main characters, BJ and Magnolia. They've been basically in each other's lives for all of their lives. They were like the it couple. They dated for so many years, and then I think 3 years ago from when the book begins, they had a falling out, but their relationship is still very interesting because they're still very much present in each other's lives. Like, they're friends, but they're always call each other, they lean on each other. I'm seeing some signs of codependency a little bit from them, but they still engage in actions and behaviors that obviously hurt each other. So like BJ's still going around sleeping with other women to like piss Magnolia off, and then Magnolia in response is going and dating a bunch of different men, which pisses BJ off, and then it's kind of just this ongoing cycle of them just doing things to hurt each other. But they're very much like still coming back to each other. Like, there's still this connection that's between them, and it's so interesting because you get both of their perspectives as they're doing these things, or thought process behind it all, and it's kind of like, are they addicted to hurting each other? I can definitely understand why this might be a turnoff for some people because of the toxicity of the relationship and the back and forth and the kind of like, they're a bit immature. I'm here for a good time, I'm entertained. I know a lot of people said that the ending is like intense, so I'm very curious to see like what that ending's gonna look like. I will say, with the comparison of BJ to Chuck from Gossip Girl, I'm not getting Chuck too much. I just feel like BJ is just more tolerable than Chuck. Like, I remember watching Gossip Girl and Chuck was disgusting. Like, Chuck was disgusting. Like, that man was atrocious, and like, I don't think anybody liked him for a while. With BJ, he's kind of like, Magnolia is literally Blair. Also, there's this incredible friend group that I'm super like invested in already, and I know that Daisy Hates gets her own book, and we've met Daisy, a very interesting character, so I'm very interested to see like what her book's going to be like, because it seems like she's like the exact opposite of Magnolia. I've already made my Magnolia Parks playlist. Another thing before I wrap up this update, I don't know if there's like necessarily a plot. There's not like a specific formula that I think the author is following or that the story's following. It's more so of like you're just following these characters and following their lives, and you're kind of just seeing this, you know, connection that they have, this friend group. Some of the cons I'm having so far, Magnolia name drops designer brands and clothing so much. And I'm like, girl, we get it. You're rich. But that's all the update I have for today. I'm probably going to finish this tomorrow so I can have this in my May wrap up. I will update you guys when I'm done with this book and give you guys my final thoughts. So I definitely lied earlier in my last update because I said I had like 200 or a little less than 200 pages. I had more than that. So now I have a little bit over 100 pages before I'm done with this book, and I'm nervous. We're getting closer to the end, and I'm just very nervous to see how we're going to end the story because BJ and Magnolia, it seems like they might be moving towards getting closer to a relationship together again or resolution, but there's also like another person involved now in their situationship. I don't know who's more toxic towards each other. BJ kind of seems manipulative, but Magnolia's also low-key kind of manipulative. I don't know who's worse. I just feel like I've been reading this book and I'm like, they're so bad for each other, but I feel like I'm missing pieces here. Another thing that I was thinking about as I was reading this book, I wonder if people who have either watched or read After by Anna Todd, I wonder if people who liked that story liked Magnolia Parks, because I'm also drawing parallels between Tessa and Hardin and BJ and Magnolia. Tessa and Hardin are a bit more dramatic and extreme, but I don't know, like sometimes BJ and Magnolia will get in an argument or they'll say things and I'm just like, this just feels like Tessa. Like it just, I don't want to finish this book. I don't know where Jessa is going to land with it. What happens in these last couple pages is definitely going to determine whether this book is a 3-star or 4-star for me. I don't think it's going to be a 5-star read. I will see you guys in the next clip with an update when I'm done with this book. Y'all, tell me it ain't so. Tell me it ain't so. You know when your eyes look at another page while you're reading and you get a glimpse of something and you're like, yeah, oh, this is messy. Jessa, you are a messy woman. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, this is so bad. I can't read this anymore. I'm gonna start crying. Oh my God. What is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? Come on, Jonah. Magnolia Parks. I don't know what to say. The ending was very dramatic. It was a lot. I don't know how to feel. It was definitely something we were anticipating, but to see it happen the way that it happened, how and why? Like, I want to cry, but I'm just like in shock. I'm not making any freaking sense because what's that? Okay, I'm going to bye. I will update you guys in the morning about when I have actual thoughts to say. Okay guys, it's the next day. It's time to talk about this book, Magnolia Parks. I have so many things to say. I went back and forth between the rating and I don't even know if this rating is where I want the book to be at forever. It's just how I feel right now. I gave this book 3 stars. This is a solid start to the story of BJ Magnolia. The journey that we went on with this book was just a roller coaster of so many different emotions. I genuinely felt like this was so dramatic and so entertaining, but also very frustrating. I understand why people hate this book so much and cannot fathom this couple and this relationship and the dynamic between them and the things that they do to each other. And I also understand why people love this book so much. And I feel like I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I didn't love this book, but I don't hate this book. I want to know more. I'm very intrigued to see where this relationship's going to go moving forward. The way this book ended, I didn't know whether to cry or laugh. I didn't see it coming. I was just going through so many emotions. I was literally in shock. Damn, this is kind of sad. Like, this is low-key kind of sad. But like, we expected this. Like, I went into it knowing it was going to be a bit ridiculous. I'm very curious to see how BJ, like what his character arc is going to look like. Does this character have any redeeming qualities left in him? Even though this is BJ Magnolia's story, I still feel like Magnolia definitely shined more in this book as far as an individual character than BJ. I wonder if that's purposeful, and I wonder if we'll get more context about the situation that happened and why it really happened, because I don't fully believe the why. I just can't. I don't know if it's the romantic in me where it's like there has to be another reason. And if it's not, then that's fine. But I need more BJ. I need him to be vulnerable because I feel like he's holding back and I don't like that. Like, BJ, open your heart to me. I think I want to like you, but you are just deplorable. Like, I know I said he's not as bad as Chuck from Gossip Girl. I don't know, I kind of take that back. He might be just as bad. He might be just as bad as Chuck. It's like you don't know whether or not to root for them. Obviously, this is not a good representation of a healthy relationship. We all know that. That's not the point. The point is this love that they have, which I don't even know if it's love, but is this connection that they have to each other, is it worth it? Is it worth everything that they're going through? Is it worth the pain? Is it worth the suffering? That's kind of the question that I'm continuously asking myself as I'm reading this book, is it worth it? And I don't know. I'm not convinced that this couple should be together or even needs to be together. Even though so many lines and so many scenes tell me otherwise, I feel like I just need more development of their relationship when it wasn't so toxic, because all of this is really just the toxicity. And I feel like if I want to believe that there is something here between them, I need to see something other than just them being toxic towards each other. Like, I need to see something positive. But overall, I feel like there's so much more to their story. I feel like there's so much more to be said about BJ and Magnolia on the individual level, as well as BJ and Magnolia as a relationship and as a couple together. I'm really committed to the series just because I feel like, again, like this is a solid foundation, and I just hope that the rest of the books just get better and better. We get more context. We get a good character arc. We get some development in areas where I felt like it was a bit weaker. I think you should just go into this very open-minded. I hope we get a resolution by the end of the series. It's just not a black and white story, and it's okay to have complicated feelings about this book. All that to be said, this book gave me a headache. It's so chaotic, it's so messy, it's so dramatic, but it's also really entertaining. That's Magnolia Parks. Next we have Daisy Haites. I'm excited to read this. I'll probably read this in like a day or two. I'm gonna give myself a break because I feel like I cannot dive into this immediately. I think I need a break from BJ Magnolia. I also heard that this couple is not any better. But that's my update. I will see you guys in the next clip when I start reading Daisy.
Don't be a stranger in the night. Take a chance.
I think we're good. So I am on page 175 of Daisy Haites, and I'm loving it. Y'all, I am eating this book up. Like, it is so freaking good. I thought that, like, I don't know, like, I had a feeling in my bones that it was going to be better than Magnolia Parks, and I was right. I am enjoying this one so much better than Magnolia Parks. It's so exciting. It's, like, fresh. It's new. Like, obviously, we're in the same universe with the same characters for the most part, but, like, we're also with different characters now. We're getting different perspectives, and I am just eating this up, you guys. So Daisy Haites doesn't follow after the events that happened in Magnolia Parks. It starts the same time that Magnolia Parks starts. It's just you're getting perspectives from Daisy, Daisy, Christian, and Julian. So we are introduced to Daisy in Magnolia Parks, and we are introduced to Julian towards the end of Magnolia Parks. Daisy and Julian are siblings, and then Christian is part of the friend group that Magnolia Parks is a part of. And it's just so interesting to see some of the same scenes we saw in Magnolia Parks, but from like Daisy's perspective or Christian's perspective, because it's just like, I don't know, it just adds so much more context to the scene, because as you're reading them in the previous book, you're like, oh, I wonder like how this character thinks and how they feel, and now you get that perspective, and it's just so awesome seeing things from different people's eyes. And this book also has a kind of like mafia and like gang element to it. So Daisy's brother Julian, he is like a gang lord, and I don't know too much about that whole situation right now. Like apparently he like steals art pieces for people. I don't really know. Daisy and Julian are like being hunted all the time, and like Daisy, they have like security around her all the time, and it's just kind of intense. Christian, you guys, Christian, that is a man. That is a man. BJ who? BJ who? Julian? That's a man. Christian snuck up on me, because at first I was like, oh my god, Christian, he is just a sad boy, like he is so annoying, like whatever, Christian. Daisy better get on it. Daisy better get on it, because I'm gonna get on it. Actually, no, Daisy do be getting on it. So Daisy and Christian, I don't even know if I said this. Daisy and Christian have a like friends with benefits kind of situationship. Everybody in this book series and in this universe is just in a bunch of situationships, and obviously feelings are arising, feelings are coming up, and they're like kind of not sure what to do with it, where to go about it, because they have feelings for each other, but they also have feelings for other people, and it's quite complicated. I don't want to say that they're as messy as BJ and Magnolia, because I don't think that's true, but I'm obsessed with it. Christian has the cutest nicknames for Daisy, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. We have a change of position. My camera overheated in the middle of me talking, so I decided to come home, so we're in a cool environment, so my camera shouldn't overheat again. Anyways, I think I was talking about Daisy and Christian. Even though they like each other, maybe even love each other, they still have connections with other people in the book. So it's just really interesting. And I think it just really goes to show how I feel like Jessa is really playing into that whole how many loves you get in a lifetime, and kind of just the idea of loving multiple people, whether it be at one time or multiple people in different stages of your life. So I really am interested in seeing where their relationship goes. But I love them together. The chemistry is so there. The chemistry is so strong, palpable. Like it's ridiculous how strong it is. I'm obsessed with Daisy. I love Daisy. I want to marry Daisy. Like honestly, screw all of the other people in the series. Just give me Daisy. I'm just so happy that I'm enjoying this book so much, and I'm going to try to finish it in the next couple of days, but honestly, that's not even going to be difficult for me, because all I want to do is read this book. I'm going to continue reading, and I will see you guys in my next update. I genuinely wish I would stop getting a headache from these books, because Daisy Haites is giving me a headache. So I am 75% in. I have a little bit less than 100 pages left, and I love it. I love it. It has been a long time since I have read a book that I love but pains me so deeply, because it's just like, it's frustrating, but it's frustrating in a good way. Like, am I a masochist? Like, what's going on? I don't understand. A lot has happened since my last update. So many... Daisy and Christian are absolutely adorable with each other. I definitely feel more of a romance between them than I did with BJ and Magnolia. I prefer Daisy and Christian over BJ and Magnolia. BJ and Magnolia have too much going on. Like, they really need to work their stuff out. But Daisy and Christian are toxic in their own way. But we are able to see more cute moments and more like wholesome moments between Daisy and Christian, and I absolutely love it. I'm obsessed with Daisy. Like, not so much right now because homegirl is not thinking straight. Some of her actions are questionable. Like, I don't know if she's taking a page out of Miss Magnolia's book, but she needs to cool down. I don't know what she's doing, but she needs to cool down. I also feel like with Christian, we're just getting more from him than I think we ever got from BJ so far. I'm only on the second book, but I'm obsessed with it. Julian, I feel like Julian, we're getting glimpses and pieces into who he is, and kind of diving a little bit deeper with each chapter we get, what his character is about. But I feel like we still haven't like fully grasped Julian as like a whole person. I only have so much left. I know that this book is going to hurt, and I also know that the next two books are probably going to hurt more, specifically with Daisy Haites The Great Undoing, because I don't know if Miss Jessa already had that title when she wrote this, but there was like a little sneak peek of that in here, and I was like, oh no. Like when they were having their cute moments, I was like, let me enjoy this now. I think my favorite chapter was chapter 40. Yep, my favorite chapter was chapter 40. I loved that chapter. I am going to stop reading right now. It's 1 a.m. I'm going to finish this book tomorrow after therapy, actually. I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed out. I just want happy endings, but these books are so painful, but they're like painful in a good way. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. That's what matters, is that we are having a good time. It's the next morning. Well, no, it's Thursday, I think. Anyways, I finished Daisy Haites last night and I had to sit on this book for a minute because I don't know what feeling I'm associating right now with the series and with these books, but it's just a very heavy feeling. I loved so much of this book. I loved Daisy. I loved Christian. I love how complicated these characters are, specifically Daisy. And I know I said that Daisy was not like Magnolia, but I think they're similar in a lot of ways, specifically with how they kind of deal with pain. I find it very interesting, kind of like paralleling sure, the two of them together and kind of seeing like they're actually quite similar, more similar than I thought they were. I will say the end, like the last 100 pages, were very, very frustrating. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're interested in reading these books, do not go into this wanting a happy ending. Because so far, I haven't gotten a happy ending. I've gotten cliffhangers, which makes sense because we have other books in the series, but it's just like I don't know how this can be solved. The ending was quite frustrating, but also kind of had me hopeful that like maybe we can get to a good ending eventually in the series. But I don't know. The next Daisy Haites book is called The Great Undoing, and I am not excited for that because I've already felt undone by these books. Like I don't know if I can stomach this. I don't know how to rate this. I think I want to give it a 4 out of 5. I want at least one of the books in the series to be a 5 out of 5, but so far I would say this one is definitely a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed it more than Magnolia, but I'm also excited to read Magnolia now. It kind of like prepared me, I think, to kind of get back into their toxicity, into their messiness. The only thing I really, really did not like about these books was in Daisy's chapter, and I know I've mentioned this a couple times, but in Daisy's chapter, you get footnotes, which are just like extra comments that she says. It breaks up the reading and the flow of the reading because you're reading like up here and then you have to jump down to the footnotes and it's just a really random comment, and sometimes those comments are not even really necessary, where it's like I don't understand why you can't just put this in like the regular passage. Like why do we have to jump to the bottom? The writing is still something to get used to. I'm not in love with the writing, but I'm getting used to it, I think. I enjoyed it. I liked it. Okay. We have 2 books left. So we are going to start Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home today. I believe for this one, all I'm going to say about like what this book is about, because again, this is supposed to be a spoiler-free vlog, something happened at the end of Magnolia Park's the first book, and Magnolia left London and now she's living in New York, and that's all that I'm going to say. Bye. I'm already getting nervous because why is there a part 1? Why are we splitting this book into parts? I don't know if you guys, well, you can probably see. You know what I'm reading, and I'm not even like 100 pages. No, I'm on 106 pages now. I had to stop because I couldn't read without tears falling out of my eyes. I was not expecting that, and I don't know what to do with myself because I don't think I have cried so much so early on in a book. Like, we haven't done anything. We still have so much to go. And I'm literally like, I don't know if I can do this. I literally don't know if I can make it through this book. I understand so much now, their relationship. I understand so much now, this connection that they have. The first book makes sense. The ending of the first book hurts more. Everything hurts. And we're not even a third of the way through. I don't know what Jessa put in this book, y'all. Like, it's just different. Everything is hitting differently. The writing is hitting differently. These characters are different. Like, everything is different. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through. Because I don't even want to read anymore. Because I'm like, I need a break. I need to read. And then I have Daisy after this. I have the great undoing of Daisy after this. I can't. I'm gonna keep reading, but I needed to update you guys because the past like hour has just been tears and like bawling and sobbing. Hi everybody. Time for a reading update. So I am 394 pages into Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. I have been spending the past couple of days reading this book, taking my time. I slowed down a little bit just because things have just been crazy, but I've still been able to like read a good bit. I have like 130 pages left, so I'm gonna finish it later tonight after I come back from the gym. I wanted to give you guys an update because I have a lot of thoughts right now, and I feel like the last update I had, I was bawling my eyes out, I was crying, I was so sad, but I was like so excited because I was like, these emotions that I'm feeling are super strong, and I feel like if that was just the beginning, I can't imagine the emotions I'm going to kind of just show throughout the book and the emotions that Jessa is gonna evoke out of me as I'm reading this book. So I was super excited, and then like the more I read, the more I was like, okay, we're doing this again. Like we're doing this again. I understand this is a continuation of Magnolia Parks. However, I just felt like because the beginning was just so good, I was so sad to see it kind of just resort back to a lot of the themes and the conversations and the cycle that we saw in Magnolia Parks 1. And like I understand that BJ and Magnolia have the most convoluted, complicated, frustrating relationship to have ever existed. I feel like we understand them because we have more context and we're able to really see who they were when they first started dating. We're able kind of to see like the development of the relationship a bit more, which is what I wanted because I was like, I need to see them when they weren't in this place of toxicity to kind of, one, root for them to be together, to also better understand this connection that they have, because this connection that they have is so unexplainable and it's so dramatic and drastic and like intense. I think that's one thing Jessa does really good in this book is that we're able to start to see, oh, this is why you guys are so connected. Oh, this is why you guys have this deep relationship with each other. And despite many attempts to go away and to go your separate ways, you are still coming together. We know that Magnolia was in New York. She's back in London now, so things are basically resuming where they left off. Despite her being gone for so long, for like I think almost a year, not much has changed. There is another relationship that's starting to brew, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like obviously it's kind of like, well, duh, I should have saw this coming, but it's also just like, this is just another roadblock that we have to go through again to get to what we really want. And it's like, do I want to go through this? Do I want to go through this as a reader? I can't stomach it. Like I genuinely am like, I said I had a headache reading this book. I feel like I have a migraine at this point. Like, it's just ongoing. BJ is a lot more tolerable in this book. Like, I know the first book, I was, like, not his biggest fan. I was over him. I was like, BJ, like, get it together. Now, I feel like BJ has grown on me a little bit more, and I'm actually rooting for him. I'm getting attached to his character in a way that I didn't think I would. I am feeling a lot more connected to him. I am able to really kind of just enjoy his character more and enjoy his chapters more. I will say, I love Daisy Haites. Like, we get crumbs of Daisy and Christian in this book, and I'm like, every single time we do, I'm like, I can't wait to read the next book. Like, I love Daisy so much. But Magnolia and BJ, they're just so prideful too. Like, I generally think the problem with why they won't work, and I know other characters have peeped this too, is that they're just too prideful. Nobody wants to wave the right flag. Nobody wants to be the first person to really step up and be like, you know what, screw it. Like, nobody wants to make that first initial step. So they literally said to each other, we'll just continue doing this dance, this back and forth. And I'm just like, what? Are y'all addicted to this, like, toxicity? Like, I think they've just become kind of accustomed to this. And I genuinely don't know if they know how to be together anymore. But this is their only way to be close to each other without hurting each other. There's a lot of hurt still, a lot of mistrust and distrust and pain that they have not yet worked through. So their only way of being together is this cycle of toxicity. Wow, that's sad. That's really sad. I think I'm starting to understand a little bit more now. Well, I need them to figure their stuff out because I'm tired of reading about it. I'm tired of this cycle, okay? We need something fresh. We need something new. Y'all need to pick up a new fight. I don't know, fight over something else. Like, we need to do something. Or we need to move the story along because what are we doing? I am liking this, though, a lot more. Well, I don't want to say a lot more. I'm liking this a bit more than I liked Magnolia Parks 1, for sure. When the title Long Way Home was mentioned, I kind of squealed. It's my favorite thing in books is when authors mention the title. I feel like it's just so intentional, like where they place it, and I just thought it was just perfect. I thought it was perfect. That's my update. It's going good so far. I have 130 pages left. And I feel like Jessa waits till the end to do something intense and crazy. So I'm not looking forward to that. But I mean, I was gagged at the end of Magnolia Park, so I'm probably gonna be gagged at the end of this because I know everyone talks about the ending. Oh my god, the ending, the ending, the ending. Can it be, I want the whole book to be like, oh my god, not just the ending, you know what I mean? I'm gonna continue reading and then I'll update you guys when I'm done with my final thoughts, and then we'll move on to Daisy Hates. As long as when we come to the end, it is like a full circle moment and all of what we went through, all of what I went through as a reader and the frustration and the headaches and the tears, as long as it all comes together and makes sense in the end, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm trusting Jessa. To the gym I go. I think I know what's gonna happen. I have like 30 pages left. I think I know what's gonna happen. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, this isn't gonna be good. This isn't gonna be good. I'm scared right now. Something... Oh my gosh, I'm scared. I'm actually petrified. BJ, I love you, BJ. I love you. We finished The Long Way Home. I'm going through a lot of emotions right now. Now I have to wait. I have to wait until 2024 to probably know how we move on from this, what's going to happen next. I enjoyed this book. I was going through a very rough ride with this book. Like, the beginning was a lot, the middle I felt was giving nothing, but then like the last 100 pages, I really started seeing things finally, I think, in a lot of ways come together for me. But also, like, I am addicted to this universe. Like, I am genuinely addicted to this universe. I am genuinely addicted to these characters. I'm so obsessed with them. I'm so excited to see like where their story goes next. I'm trying to not think about the end because if I think about it too much, I might start crying again. I saw it coming though. I saw something relating to that coming just because of what happened a few chapters earlier. I was like, this is fishy. Even before a few chapters earlier, something in the back of my mind was like, I don't know, something is fishy. Like, Jessa is putting little snippets of things and I never peep that stuff and I never pay attention to any type of detail because I always get to the end and I'm like, oh my god, I never saw that coming. And everybody's like, how did you not see that coming? But I peeped it because it was so like blatantly obvious. It was the long way home. It was the long way home. It was a really long way. Gosh, I don't know what to say. I can't say too much because we're in the third book of the series, so there's not much I can say without it, you know, coming off too spoilery. I don't know if I have the emotional bandwidth to handle the great undoing of Daisy Hates. Oh my gosh, I'm just thinking, it's literally raining and I'm thinking about the last chapter and I'm like about to start crying. Like, why did she have to do that? I think I want to give this a 4 stars. I think it was much better than Magnolia Parks, but I also think I'm just more accustomed to the universe. I'm accustomed to these characters, but I also like the direction we took with this book, looking at everything as a whole and taking a zoom out from everything and looking at it from front to back. This book definitely stands super strong on its own, even though it's a continuation of Magnolia Parks. The characters are fresh. Even though they're the same characters, the dynamics were different. I feel more close to certain characters that I didn't as much in the first book, but I also feel more distant to certain characters that I felt closer to in the first book. I'm kind of sad that like I'm coming to an end of this video. There's only one book left, and I remember like starting this video and I was like, oh my gosh, I have 4 books to read. I don't think it needed to be 524 pages. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think it needed to be this long. Could have cut like, again, there were parts in the middle that felt very redundant and repetitive, so we really could have cut some chapters out. I think this is like, what, 80 something chapters? 84 chapters? Oh, snap. I completely skipped a page. Wait. Hold on, Lolly. Hold on. Oh, I'm not gonna. Daisy Haites is gonna end me. Oh my gosh, I'm getting stressed. Why did I read that? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go to bed and then I'll probably start Daisy tomorrow and finish it up the next couple of days. I'm getting very anxious. Okay, I gotta go. Hi guys. It is now Saturday and I have started The Great Undoing of Daisy Haites and I am on page 195 right now. I started this yesterday and Sarah Crowley in her Discord, they're doing a 12-hour readathon. So I woke up this morning, did 2 hours on that, and I'm going to probably finish this up today later on in the readathon. But you guys, this is it. This is the book. I have just been enjoying every page of this book so far, and I don't know what it is, but it's Daisy. Like, Daisy is just such an incredible character. I love her so much. Julian, I just love his perspective. I feel like we're getting to see a different side of him. We're getting more of like, we're getting deeper into his character, because I feel like in the first Daisy, like, we like scratched the surface with Julian. Like, we kind of set the foundation, got to learn who he was, his past and everything. But now with like certain things happening, we're getting to dive a bit deeper into who he is, his emotions, how he acts, and things like that. So I'm really excited. I was in the shower getting ready, thinking about Christian, and I was like, Christian is giving me Drake. Like, he is giving me sad boy hours, like Marvin's Room. He's just so cute. It's so fun to see the parallels between Magnolia and BJ and Christian and Daisy's relationship, because there is a couple of similarities, but especially comparing this book to like the last Magnolia Park book, it's just super interesting to see like how different they really are with each other in their relationships, and I'm just enjoying it. So Daisy Haites is on the same timeline as Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, so similar to like the first 2 books in the series, they're on the same timeline. We're just getting it from Daisy, Christian's, and Julian's perspective. We still have the footnotes in Daisy's chapters. I don't know why Jessa made that choice. I don't get it. Sometimes I read them, sometimes I don't, because I'm like, what is it doing? Like, is it giving me much context? I don't know. I don't have my pen with me, but I don't know if you can see. I have like dog-eared a couple of pages just because I'm in love. I'm absolutely in love. I know that Julian, Christian, Daisy, they're all in this like gang crime scene. Julian's a gang lord with Jonah, Christian's brother. So I'm seeing that that might be a bit more fleshed out in this book. Christian and Daisy, love is patient. Love is patient. That's all I have to say. I think I might cry, and I also think this might be the first 5-star read in this series for me. I don't know. It's giving 5 stars. Also, Jessa is releasing new editions of the covers for the Magnolia Parks books, and I love these covers. Like, that's part of the reason why I bought these books so fast, because I love these covers. So I'm happy I got like the original OG covers before she comes out with the new ones, but I'm curious to see like what the new ones are gonna look like. I feel like the new ones are gonna have like actual models on them rather than like illustrations, but I don't know. I could be wrong. So on the Magnolia Parks Universe website, you can buy like merch with the different characters' names. Like, there's Valentine, there's Parks, there's Hems, and then there's Haites. And I got the Haites one because I'm obsessed with Daisy and Julian. Julian is so, oh my gosh. That man. I'm sorry. Period. That's all the updates I have. We're gonna go read, and I'll catch you guys later. I'm not doing okay. I just wanted a little snack. And then in my Daisy Hates playlist, I don't know if you can see, but Somebody Else by the 1975 came on. And I just lost it. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. I'm not even done with the book. No. I think I have calmed down enough to update you guys. I just finished The Great Undoing, Daisy Hates, and if anybody was undone by this, it was me. I am not well. I am in so much pain. I literally spent the past like 20 minutes walking around my apartment, listening to music from my Daisy Hates playlist and just bawling because all of the songs, all of the lyrics, just hit way differently, way harder. I was not expecting this. Like, I knew it was going to hurt, but I was not expecting this. I was not expecting that ending. I don't know if you could tell by the previous, clips, but I'm struggling right now. This book was amazing. I loved every aspect of this book so much, but I really have no notes. I have no notes on the characters. I have no notes on the plot. Like, everything about this book, the relationships that we were able to build, the dynamics that we were able to really dive into. I'm so invested in these characters. Julian and Daisy. Cut me and I'll bleed Haites. Cut me and I bleed Julian, and I bleed Daisy, period. Like, I love them. Christian, oh my gosh. I'm so heartbroken right now. I loved it though. This is an easy 5 out of 5 stars for me. I don't think I've cried that much reading a book in a minute, you guys. What you saw was tame because I was like, I can't put too much on the internet. I love the pacing of this book. I love the direction. Even though it was painful, I love the choices that were made because we have 2 more Daisy Hates books. The way this book ended and then the way that the last Magnolia Parks book ended, even though they were painful, I'm not buying this ending, by the way. Like, I'm not buying it, but even though they were painful, especially this one, I loved it because now we get to see, like, where is Jessa gonna take this? Like, how is she going to conclude this story? And I feel like that conclusion is just going to be sweet. Even though I'm in pain right now, and even though I just want to sit in my bed, listen to sad music, and cry because it was just too much. Like, oh my gosh, there were so many amazing quotes in here, so many scenes in here. Literally, I want to wrap Daisy and Julian in a hug and then just, like, love on them for the rest of my life. Like, I've never loved 2 characters so deeply and so wholly. I want to give Christian, like, the biggest hug. Like, I just love these characters so much. Like, I don't know what else to say other than I love them. Like, I genuinely love them so much, and I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this series to be so amazing, if I'm being honest. Like, I definitely went into this book series not with low expectations, but I didn't have, like, the highest expectations just because I know a lot of people don't like it. I know it's very polarizing. People talk about the toxic relationships. Honestly, look past that. There's so much to this story and so much to these characters and so much to these relationships, this group of friends and group of family that we are so, like, honored to read about. Like, there's so much to them other than, like, a toxic relationship. And if you can look past that, I genuinely think you will open yourself up to just an amazing story with amazing characters. Like, I'm being so serious. Is the series perfect? No. Are there definitely some things that can be touched up and fixed? Is it frustrating? Yes, 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 whatever. But humans aren't perfect, characters aren't perfect, life is not perfect, and the series is just a perfect depiction of that. I've seen so much growth in these characters. I've seen so much growth in the series as a whole. So I'm just so grateful to have read this, and I love it so much. I don't know what else to say about The Great Undoing. I have to finish this video so I can edit it and get it up for you guys, but just know that I love this book so much and it means absolutely everything to me. It's my favorite book out of the series, maybe my favorite book so far of the year. I don't know. This is it, you guys. I did it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm probably gonna cry some more as I edit the video and just like going back and looking at all of my previous thoughts and everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this reading vlog. If you've read any of the Magnolia Parks books or Daisy Haites books, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to hear them. Like, let's chat. Are you a Magnolia Parks girl, Daisy Haites? Are you Julian, BJ, Christian, Jonah, Henry? If you haven't read any of the Magnolia Parks books or Daisy Haites books, if you're new to the series, if you're questioning whether or not you want to get into it, get into it. Read it for yourself. That's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel for more bookish content. And I will see you guys hopefully in the next video. Bye!